What's happening, my people? I ain't did a video in a minute. Uh, Usually I would do my sneaker talks or something, or I'll show you my pickups. I ain't got nothing. Uh, got something by next week, maybe by the end of next week. Should have something. In sneaker talks, just two reasons: the holidays and stuff. Well, three reasons: the holidays, I was lazy. I was feeling lazy, and number three, just they had a lot of bigger releases, but they didn't have nothing I really want to talk about. Like the true the I don't know what the name of them, the blue threes and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Nothing really was impressive. But anyway, just wanted to do a video on the page. This is something I've been thinking about. I've been supposed to do it, been procrastinating on it. I started to do it one day, then somebody barged in here, and then I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was mad. So this is my top 10 sneakers that's not Jordans. And I can't take all the credit for this. Somebody wrote this in the comments a long time ago. I think I asked like suggestions for some videos, and somebody said that, and I wrote it down right there. And I wrote the shoes that I liked, but I just never did the video. So here's the video. This is my opinion. The top 10 shoes that are not Jordans. And they have other shoes. I mean, I don't know what I was about to say. Oh, what I meant to say was it ain't gonna just be a top 3. I'm gonna have a honorable mention list. So I'm gonna start off with honorable mentions. Some that's not in the top 10, but something that I need to mention. I'm gonna start off with Nike Yeezy 2s. I know y'all probably like, you put that in honorable mention and they didn't make the top 10. That's something that even when they came out, honestly, you couldn't even fathom the thought of getting the Yeezy 2s or something. I know I couldn't. So that's not a shoe that, and I can't even think about getting it now. Like, that's way out of the tax bracket. Like, I'm not even thinking of that shoe. But just gotta give it props for the shoe that it was, and it was one of the greatest shoes of all times, and that was one of Yeezy's best shoes, in my opinion. I like the Nike Yeezy 2 out of his collection. So that's one in the collection. Reebok pumps, the old school Reebok pumps, and D Browns when you was pumping in the dunk contest and stuff. When you was younger in school and stuff, I was like in elementary and stuff, and the pumps came out. Hey, that was the real deal right there. You just, hey, you couldn't tell a brother nothing with them old Reebok pumps. So that's still an honorable mention. Barkley Air Max 2s. Shit. Those right there, yeah, they was trail. I think I had a pair back in the days. I had a pair when I was younger and stuff. So that's just something that's close to my heart, because that was like early on. And when I got those shoes, you know how sometimes, especially when you're broke and stuff, and you don't have no nice shoes or something, and then you get your brand new pair of Nikes and stuff, and you like, oh, and that's just one of those shoes where I didn't even really know too much about shoes and stuff, but I just got those, and it just made me feel good. So I had to put those on the list. All right, now I'm gonna go into the top 10, and some of these is gonna be some shoes that might be whack or whatever, but it's just stuff. It sparked a memory in my brain and stuff from back in the days and everything, just like them Barclays did. But let me start off. Number 10, K-Swiss. I don't know the name of them or whatever, but just them old regular classic K-Swiss. Back in the days, and all my friends, we was all in the same tax bracket and stuff. We was all the same level of brokenness and whatever. You had to have a pair of K-Swiss, man. Like when we wasn't running around and shit, that was like something. It was like casual, something to wear to school, but something you feel like you kind of dressed up for it, and it was cheap as hell. So it was just something that we down here, like in Louisiana, back in junior highs and stuff like that. That was just something that we was rocking at the time. It was something that you didn't to have a lot of money for, but it was like a thing between us, like in my little school. So it was like, oh, you got the case with my I see. So it was just something like that. So I had to put those on there. Number 9, this another shoe that's just like that. The Reebok Classics. The Reebok Classics back in the days, hey, that was the shit right there. And I always liked Reebok because I was an Al Iverson fan and Al Iverson signed with Reebok. But the reason why the Reebok Classic, if you remember back in the days, they had the foot action and stuff. And foot action, you used to get all kind of discounts for your birthday. They send you a card and just all kind of stuff. You always would get discounts for foot action. And a thing about them Reebok Classics, they had them 2 for $75s or 79 or something. It was 2 for 70 something. So you could go in the mall broke as hell and you be with your homeboy and you be like, man, look, we both gonna get us a pair. Look, I'm gonna pay $30-something. Look, I'm gonna give me a pair. You gonna get you a pair. We're gonna put them together. Look, we're gonna get this 2 for 70 something. 2 pair for 70 something. Hey, you had to get that for school. You had to get that for school. You get your 2 different colors. Got your pair of white ones and a pair of black ones, or a pair of red ones, pair of blue ones, or something. Hey, you had to mix it up. It was something you ain't had to have a lot of money for, but you could still feel like you fly. That's always gonna be a classic, iconic shoe. Just thinking about it back in those days and stuff. I'm shoes is just like, I don't know. I ain't gonna go into all that. I'll give you a thesis on shoes and stuff. But number 8, Grant Hill Felines. I think the first ones. I love those shoes. That was something I always wanted. I wanted it at that time, but it was like you got maybe 1 or 2 pair of shoes for school, and I got some Penny Hardaways, and so I think I got some Penny Hardaways and Bruce Smiths when those came out, and it was like, well, shit, I can't get the feeling because I got my little 2 pair of shoes for the school year. So I remember my homeboy had a pair, he was a little older than me, but he had them and we was like the same size. So I let him wear my pennies one day, he let me wear them feelers. So I had them on at a time, and it was just always a iconic shoe, just because I wanted them and I never got them. Number 7, LeBron 10s. I always been a LeBron fan ever since St. Vincent St. Mary's. This is probably the first LeBron that I really liked though, because he had a bunch of shoes. Like, I really wasn't on his shoes back in the days. I guess because when he came out, Allen Iverson was still playing. So whenever AI was still playing, I was still getting AI shoes. So I wasn't even looking at LeBron's. So the 10s is the first ones that really caught my eye. And the ones that caught my eye was the Vaults and stuff. And eventually I wound up getting them and stuff. But that's just a shoe that I always liked and stuff. Number 6, the Penny Tools. Penny Tools, like I said, that was the ones I had around the time whenever the Grant Hills came out. And I remember how I felt when I got those. Like, that was right before Allen Iverson came into the league. And it was a transition. It was like Jordan was leaving the league. He was going. He had retired for a little second. So he was gone. I was like trying to find somebody else you could relate to and somebody you like. So I started liking Penny Hardaway. I was tough on Penny. And then AI came along. But Penny was my dog by 2-3 years. 2-3 years he was the man. And around that time when he was at his peak, I had a sister. She was sick and she was at St. Jude and stuff. So I went to Memphis, and so I was like, I'm in Memphis. Oh, that's where Penny Hardaway is from, and this and that. So Penny is just somebody I really liked, and when I got them Penny Tools, hey, I felt like I was the man. Hey, felt like I like few too much sauce. Number 5, LeBron 11s. LeBron 11s. That's probably my favorite LeBron. That's why I got those higher than the 10s, even though the 10s are the first one caught my eye. The 11s, and then I bought the 11s. I worked and stuff and went up in the mall. I had bought 2 shoes that day too. I bought 2 shoes and I was like, man, And for some, I wound up buying 3 pairs of shoes. I spent like $400 something that day. I don't know why, but I did it. Uh, and I bought them LeBrons, and I still got them. They still almost DS to this day. I barely wear them because I don't know. They just have a certain place in my heart, and just a shoe that I love right there. Uh, Number 4, the Penny Ones. That's something I had back in the days too. That was like the beginning of my little hoops. That's probably my first shoe I played ball in, like in 6th, 7th grade. Came out with them Penny Ones. Hey, I remember those. But the bad thing about like shoes like that, me personally, like every shoe I had back in the days that was like that, I would bust them air pockets, man. I don't know. I always had hops, so I always be like, man, is it that I jump real hard, or you know, brothers be jumping fences and stuff, so maybe be stepping on fences or something, or maybe just wear and tear. Cause like I said, we only had like 2 shoes for the whole school year, so you run around them on them air pockets, and then once you step in some water, you squeaking everywhere and stuff. So I always would bust them air pockets, man. So that's one thing I didn't like about them. But whenever you first got them and stuff, you thought you was walking on air. It felt so good. Like that was before Ultra Boost and all that stuff came out. So that was the beginning of comfort. I think that the Answer 3s, that was something had back in the days. I had all the answers and stuff, but sound like old Kanye and Sway. You ain't got the answers. No, I had all the answers. I had all the answers yet. And the Answer 3s, that was ones that was real close to me. And I remember one of my homeboys had them and stuff, and we was just like, you got that. And they was tough. They was tough. They had a bunch of them that was real cold, but I liked the 3s. I just had to name like a pair of answers, so I just picked the 3s just randomly. They had a bunch of them that was real cold though, so I just picked the 3s. Number 2, not any particular one, because I would have been here with naming them all day long. But number 2, phone posits. I didn't want to name like olive phone posits, vault phone posits, or the original blue ones or something. I'm just putting them all in a mix. Just phone posits. Period. That's a shoe. When I was younger, I was buying the pennies. Like I said, I had the Penny Ones, Penny 2s. Then they came with the phone posits. I was like, them bitches $200, and that was way back in shit 96 maybe. Yeah, that was back. I'm old, but that was back in like 96, man. They came out in $200 back then. That's still expensive for a shoe. So $200 back then, oh no. I was like, well, time to buy some Allen Iversons. And so that was the end of that. But to this day, shit, that's what I got on right now. I got the vault phone posits. But phone posits, man, I that's a shoe I love. I still love them to this day. They still got some I want. Still would like to have the mirror phone posits, the olive phone posits, the original blue ones. That's about it. With the wolf grays, they got the with the stealth black ones, I think. They always got some phone posits that's real nice, man. I love phones. And I don't even have to look at my phone for the last one. Number 1 shoe that's not Jordans of all time. This might be my number 1 shoe, period, of all time. As I've mentioned all on this video, Allen Iverson. Reebok Question. Without question, the Reebok Question. That has always been one of my favorite shoes, man. I always love Reebok Questions, man. I had the black and gold ones where they was all black. They had a little gold trim on them. I had those. I had the original black and red ones. I mean, not black and red. The white ones with the red trimming. Had those. Right now, I have the good and bad. The good and bad right there. And I have the pump ones. But I think I had another pair back in the days too. I'm not sure. I think I had 3 back in the days. I don't know. But and I have 2 right now. 4 if you count the newer ones when they did the remixes, but that's not really the same shoe. But yeah. So that's my top 10 shoes that's not Jordans. I ain't gonna ask y'all to name 10 shoes, but if you have like 5 or 3 or just one shoe or something that I didn't mention or anything, or you could tell me your list, I would love to hear that. Just see what y'all think in shoes that y'all loved back in the days or things that y'all love right now. They got Adidas NMDs and stuff like that. I named stuff when I was younger that I liked or things that I wanted, but I didn't really go into nothing now. I don't know. I was having a nostalgic moment. This video is nostalgia. They got shoes that I like now, but those shoes that I named, that was like they stood the test of time. So that's my reason for naming those. And fuck with your boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest of the most hated. I hope you like this video. I know I probably went long as hell, but fuck with me, man. Peace out.